Hello YouTubers, I wanted to bring a video to you today because I am doing, if I just show you, hidden under here, it's a bit of a pickle on my desk at the moment, oh my goodness, a picture frame. We've recently decorated my daughter's bedroom and I found this picture in her bedroom of our old dog Harley Bear. Now, we lost him last April, the start of the COVID. He was 10. He had arthritis in his back end and it finally went in the April. It was pretty traumatising because only one of us could go to the vets with him when he was put to sleep. Pretty sort of horrible day. So I wanted to make a picture frame for my daughter, something a bit special. Oh, there's me throwing it on the floor. Something a bit different that she could have next to her bed, having decorated her bedroom. So my husband very kindly went up to the loft and got an old picture frame down, threw out the glass and cut me out a picture frame to fit Harley Bear exactly. If you can see, that's pretty good. He's cut it so that there's a nice lip all the way around the back, if you can see there, all the way around, which I quite like. And he's kept this part of it, so eventually when we can see what we're up against, he'll cut that down to fit on the back, and that will work really well as well. Now, I said to my husband, we've got a lot of paper stuff up in the loft in a box, because I wanted to cover this part of the frame. Bear with me. This part in she's got a Star Wars theme going on in her bedroom, and I thought black, white, gold maybe, just a simple design really. So I wanted to cover this with some sort of black paper. So I found, and my husband went up and bought down a box that had all of these. Now, I'd forgotten I'd even got these. This is like, I bought these when I very first started craft work 5 million years ago, and all they are is just pads of paper with different papers in them. Double-sided. I've got some big books, some small books, and some really beautiful pictures in there. Okay, so that one was from the works for £3. They're not overly expensive. This one I think was slightly dearer, but the paper's like much thicker. I don't know where I got this one from. I can't remember. It was so long ago. No idea. It's just one that I had up in the loft. But I will be keeping these down now because I actually forgot I'd even got them. But I've got smaller ones as well. See, look, there's some really lovely designs. All sorts. They're all different. And I got this one. Some of these I got from the pound shop, so it's worth looking. I've got them all over the place. So there's different names for different books: Urban Style, Purple Paradise, Vintage Notes. So I found the piece of paper that I wanted. That I think was out of a magazine for free. Found the paper I wanted. Put those back in the box. Which is a black, but it looks like a leathery kind of black. So I think that will serve very well, if you can see that. Okay, I also in this box found envelopes and cards. I found drawing paper for the children. Great for the granddaughter. And I found a load of oh my goodness, what are they called? Embellishments. Now there's a bit of everything in here. There's Christmas, expecting, baby expecting. That was when my daughter was carrying my granddaughter. She made a book of her progress through her pregnancy, so we'll have to do another one of those. Because I'm pleased to say that she's pregnant again. We're going to be grandparents again. Christmas again. Then I've got some fairies, butterflies. I mean, most of these aren't even open. Another baby one. There's all sorts in here. There's some really pretty gems, really lovely. And like I say, they're all new, not even been opened. And I found a load of letters, which obviously is going to work well for us. But these silver ones fall off all over the place. Because obviously I want to write Harley Bear at the side. So we've got some happy birthday ones, gold ones, large leather ones, leathery looking one. I think they're, I don't know what they are. These are probably my favourite ones for this project. If you can see, they're gold hearts, and against the black I think they'll look great. We do have some fun ones there, but I don't think that's really what we're looking for. Although my daughter is only 8, so maybe it would be. But I've got letters as well in those gold ones, so I don't know, it'll either be them or them. I'm undecided at the moment. So I would like to have used those ones, but they're too big. These silver ones are very odd. And then I've got these gold ones, but I don't know whether I'll have enough to do Harley Bear, but they are also an option. So I'm going to put these together and with these, and I'm going to keep them out just for now. Okay. Right. So let's put these over here. So on the back here, I drew around my template, and I've cut the sides here. So you can see I want to fold it up and into and over the frame edge. Now I'm going to use some Gorilla Glue, I nearly said crocodile glue, Gorilla Glue, because I really want it to stick down and not pop up at any point later on down the line. So the first thing I need to do is cut the edges. If I can pick up the ruler, that is. Right, so I don't want this edge here. So I'm just going to, with my craft knife. Oh, weird line. And my blade has come loose. There we go. It's not completely straight, but it doesn't matter, because when it's all sandwiched together I'm going to glue it so that it can't come out. Okay. I wonder actually if I've got any scissors, might be easier to use. I think I've got some swan neck scissors somewhere. I don't know where. My tool drawer is a bit of a pickle, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a bit of all sorts in here. But no, I was going to say nothing of what we want, but I do. Right, here we go. So this will probably make it easier than using a craft knife, because I'll be able to get it a little bit more exact to what we want. Okay. So I'm just going to cut the corners because I want it to fold in nicely. Tidy up this edge. Right, there we go. Again, it doesn't matter too much how neat and tidy this bit is, as long as the inside edge and it folds up nicely. So you must make sure you get right to the corners, otherwise it won't fold up. Okay, I'm going to do this corner as well, and this one. Now I've pre-drawn it on, like I said. This is the only piece I can find of this, so I must make sure that I try and do it without messing it up, because I really want to use this, because it's just really more of what we want to use. So sort of the colour you don't tend to get. Haven't got a huge amount of black. Not something I suppose that I've got a black card. It's not really card that I want to use. I wanted to do a pattern. Okay, so there's one bit taken out. And we're going to cut the corners again on this one, like we did last time, because that's going to come up on the inside. I've got to make sure these corners are well cut, otherwise it will not sit flat. It's very fiddly. I'm more of a make it out of clay kind of gal, but I just didn't think this was the way forward with clay. Okay. Now I'm just going to do this bit, and then we're going to cut into the corners, make sure they're nicely cut back. Goodness me, I don't have the patience for these. I can sit all day and do a diamond art, but currently I'm doing a diamond art, a Harley Bear. I finished the wolf that I did show everybody, which was spectacular. He's beautiful. Oh, it's not very tidy, but like I say, it doesn't matter too much. Right into that corner. And what I might do is just go along and just score it gently, just so it allows it to fold over nice and neatly. Well, we'll have a look first and see what it's like, and then we'll go from there. Right, let me throw this rubbishy bits in the bin. Keep a clear desk. Right, so this is what we want. Just so it folds over just nice and neatly. Don't force it, just gently. And then what I might do afterwards is just go along and just double check everything's where it should be. Right, so I've currently cut that the wrong direction. So I know I've got to cut those, which I might do after, I'm going to do afterwards. You can tell I'm not an artsy craftsy paper person anymore, because nothing seems to. Right, I'm going to cut these corners off to start with. Yeah, I'm just going to cut them off, I think, because they're going to be on the inside. Like I say, it's going to be sandwiched together, and I'm going to stick it together because it's a picture that I know is not going to come out of there, so it'll be protected in there, and she can have it next to her bed, which is the theory. Right, so let's try that again, see how well it fits and how well it looks. Well, I think that's going to look okay. I don't know. What is it that doesn't look right? Something doesn't look right. I'm all about having a go at things, but yeah, I think it will look alright when it's stuck down. Yeah, that'll be alright. Any little bits that are not quite reaching, I'm not too worried about it, because I can stick something over those. I'm just going to tidy up these corners because I can see a little bit of these corners. You could also, if you wanted to and you were worried about it, use a little bit of a black pen just to get rid of any little white patches. That's the trouble with this paper, is because it's white on the back. I wonder whether we should try something else that's coloured on the back. That would then hide any of the white that's coming through. Bear with me. Right, okay. So I went looking for some different colours and I found nothing that I was happy with. So I thought on my toes, and I've coloured in the corners in black and on here. So should there be a little bit that shows through, I'll be able to cover it. Right, so the other thing I thought was Gorilla Glue. I've got to wait for it to dry. Why don't I use double-sided sticky tape? I'm more in control and it just makes more sense. So I'm just gonna stick this all the way round. And what it'll do as well is just shore up the edges. Like so. Like that. If you can see that strip there. I'm going to go all the way around on the inside of this bit now. And then I'm going to do the top of this bit. So then I can just fold it straight over and really sort of fold it over tight. So once I've finished that, I will be back and we will peel it together and stick it on. Okay? Hi, right, okay, so I have put... if you can see on the inside there, double sticky tape on the inside there, and I've also put some on there, if you can see that. Okay, so I'm going to start by just peeling back all the top coats of it. This isn't always as easy as it looks. Okay, there we go. Especially when you've got no nails, and I don't have nails because I do arts and crafts. Now a lot of people will say to you, well, I've got nails, and I'm sure you have, but I'm one of the very few. I just can't do it, not with nails. It doesn't work for me. I wish it could, but it doesn't. Now make sure when you use this that you push it down really, really, really tight, because you don't want it to be popping up and coming away from, oh dear, and coming away from the wood. Okay, now it's got fingerprints all over it because obviously I used a black pencil to colour in. I didn't use a pen because I didn't want the pen to come off as such. And consequently it's got pencil coming off instead. Right, I'm not going to peel this side off until we've stuck it down. I'm just going to move the camera that sort of little way in, like so. That's better. Okay, so I just want to make sure it's lined up first. So you've got your original lines that you've drawn. I'm going to come in just a smidgen to what I've on there, drawn on there, because you've got the edging that folds up, okay? So just make sure that is well and truly... Oh, I should have put some on there as well, shouldn't we? Although when we peel that off, that'll fold over and so will that. Yeah, that's okay. So just make sure it's nice and well put down. No air bubbles. Okay, so that's looking pretty good to me. I'm quite happy with that. Now I'm going to do it one piece at a time, one side at a time, because I really don't want to get these all stuck and sticky and fingerprinty, because then they're not going to stick as well as I would want them to. Well, they're not going to stick at all if I can't get the top piece off. I might have to get a pair of tweezers out, you know, folks. Oh my goodness, how useless am I? Oh. Ah, there we go. Okay. This is really not so easy to... dog hair in it now. Okay. Not just a dog hair, a Rottweiler hair. Who seems to shed all, feels like all the time. I'm sure she doesn't, but it feels like it. Okay. Tweezers. Let me find some tweezers. Here we go. There we go. That was a bit easier, wasn't it? Put that there so I don't lose it. Right, so I'm going to fold the inside in first, and then the outside, pulling it nice and tight because I want it to stick really well. Now don't forget, this side of it is going to be stuck onto the backing that we've got for wherever I've put that out of there. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same again when it comes to putting the photo on the back piece, and I might even use double-sided sticky tape to stick them together. I don't know whether it'd be strong enough to work, but it should be. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in terrible trouble with this. Oh, there we go. Okay, and there's just a piece on the inside there. There we go. She says. Right, again, I'm going to start with the inside piece so I can make sure it's pulled nice and tight and roll it straight over. Again, same thing with the outside. These bits I'll sort out afterwards. I'm not too worried about them right now. But we'll go around and tidy everything up afterwards. Just make sure everything is well stuck down. Okay, and then to my next ghastly side. I think it's probably just me being daft. There we go. Again, start with the inside, like so. If there's any white bits, like I've just seen a white piece there, at the end of it, I'm going to use a pencil just to colour that in, which is just that one there, just so I've got it so it doesn't stand out, so that little piece there is stuck up. I'm probably going to cut that off. I'll just tuck it round. There we go. So for the most part of it, it's looking pretty tidy. Just double check with your corners, make sure everything's nice and tight. Now also don't forget, you're going to be putting stuff on the outside of these. So I'm just going to cut that back there, just a smidgen. And then I'm just going to rub and colour it in. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing, I do apologise. Just a small black, just needs a small black patch, that's all. Just to hide. That's it. Okay, so we're on the last one. Okay, there we go. Okay, and we're going to do the same again. Pull it tight, stick it. Pull it tight and stick. Okay. So I'm just going to go along and cut that edge off there, because that's, as you can see, a little bit on the larger side. Can't see anything that side. Okay, so I'm happy with that. If you can see, the back doesn't matter what it looks like, because like I say, we're going to stick that onto our frame. So that's what we're like so far. So the next thing I'm going to do is keep that turned upwards, because obviously I've still got some sticky patches on there and I don't really want them to stick to anything else. So the next thing I'm going to do is put some sticky on Harley, because I want him to stick really well to the backing. Now I'm hoping that this backing will hold the front on with double-sided sticky tape. I can't see why it wouldn't. And then once it's completely built, then we can start putting some bits on it that we like. I'm not going to go right to the edge. I don't know why I didn't go right to the edge, but I'm not going to. Okay. So I'm just going to peel these 3 off. If you can see, I might zoom you in a little bit actually, just so you can see a little bit easier or a little bit better of what I'm doing. Just move that before I break that and knock the glass over. Okay, that's a bit better, isn't it? My fingers must be black as the ace of spades, because look at the fingerprints on it. It is. Right. So I know that that is where it should be, because my husband measured it out for me earlier. So I'm just going to stick him on, like so. Make sure he's well pressed down. So now we've got him on the board. So just sort of offer it up and see what that looks like. And that's what we've got. Now this isn't 100% straight here. And it's not 100% straight down the bottom there, but I don't think it was the easiest to cut. So it won't matter, because by the time we've got his name and everything all down the side, it will look very good. And well, I should be pleased with it. And Evie will like it as well, because it'd be homemade. Okay, so just pressing it against the side there to get the nice flat edges. If you can see that, nice flat edges going on. Like so. Right, I'm going to clear up the rubbish now, because otherwise it gets out of control and then you can't see what you're doing. And I've got a trusty bin next to me, so there's no excuse. Okay. Right, so now I'm going to stick it to the board. Now, because I'm putting this onto this, I'm not going to put the sticky on this one, I'm going to put the sticky on this one. Okay, so I'm going to go just all the way round. It won't matter if it goes on his picture, because I only really, if it does overlap onto the picture, you only really want it to overlap only just. Otherwise you'll see it and it will be sticky when the front's on. So that's just something to bear in mind. It's like, I don't want it straight all the way to the edge. You can't see what I'm doing. I want just a thin gap there. So just cut it when you've got it into place. And I'm going to just trim that top bit there, because I don't want it overhanging. I don't want any sticky bits left on there. Okay. So that's about where we want it to be. These scissors aren't especially sharp, and for some reason they just don't like the old sticky stuff. There we go, perfect. And then this one there. Okay, go push it face down so we can just make sure it's nice and stuck. And then we're going to do this dreaded thing again and peel off the back. There we go, there's one side. Nope. Two. Oh, it's not easy at all to do this bit. 3 and 4. Okay, right, I'm just going to move the camera this way. Oh dear, sorry folks. This way just a little bit. Okay, right, now I don't think it matters which way round this goes. And this is quite an awkward bit. You'll have to excuse my head because it's going to get in there. Okay, and there we go. So that's attached. Okay, got a nice gap around the outside, and that is well and truly stuck on there, look. So there we have that. Right, so now we can decorate. So we used to call him Harley Bear. He was actually named after Harley Fat Boy, which is a motorbike. So that was his name, Harley Fat Boy, but he seemed to adopt the name Harley Bear because he was quite large and he looked like a bear. Not the way he sat there, that doesn't help. Right, so now it's just a case of picking which one. Now I think the gold would look really nice against the black. Yeah, I do. Now I've with the same sort of colour I've got here, I could write Harley and Bear down the back, down the sides there, and then I could put love with a heart at the bottom. And I think that's probably how I'm going to do it, because there's some really lovely ones on here, if you can see them, and then on here. Now my only concern is getting it straight, so let's move these ones out of the way. Although these ones are bigger, I don't know if I've got enough to write Harley Bear. H-A-R. Yeah, I've got no E's. Well, that blew that one out of the water, didn't it? Okay. Oh, I'm not using that one. Right, so let's open these up and see what we've got. Like I say, these have been up in the loft, so I don't actually know what condition these are, but they have been in their plastic packaging. Okay. Now they look alright to me. The only issue is that I've got is there's no capitals. They're all lowercase in. Now these ones, oh, these are really nice as well. I just don't really know what to do with it from here. I don't want to put with love. I think love would be a nice one to put at the bottom with some of these beautiful hearts. So I think that perhaps start with that. Now getting these off. Oh, I'm in the right same situation. Clay is much easier to use than this. Right, here we go. Now if you're sure you'll agree with me. Would I get away with that one? Yeah, I think I probably would. Let me pop this one back on there. See, I'm so indecisive. I like to do things where I have no clear vision of what I'm going to be doing, but at the same time, sometimes it's nice to have some sort of idea. I don't want to waste it, so I just stick it back on there randomly. I think this is probably the one I wanted to go for in the first place. That's where I get it off and find that it doesn't fit. I should be a little upset if it doesn't. Okay, right. Let's try that This is a really pretty one. So I'm going to just gently place it down. I'm not going to push and stick it. It's stuck to my thumb so well that I can't get it off. And we can already see that it needs to come over a little bit. Oh my goodness. No, I think that needs to come over a little bit more, doesn't it? Okay, I'm happy with that. What's going on with that back bit there? Look. Right, okay, I'm just going to rub it and stick it down. And I like these hearts, so I think I'm going to stick a few of these. It's literally in the same sort of direction as they are there on the paper. So like one there, and they've got some white ones of these as well. So I might sort of shake things up a little bit and pop a white one. Let's use the tweezers, that might be easier. But we could use that, couldn't we? No, don't like that. Okay. No, I'm going to stick with the gold ones. Here comes my tippity-tappity Rottweiler. There's another big one there, look. That's better. Okay. So now I need to make the word Harley. I'm going to peel these off and put them on, but I'm not going to stick them down until afterwards. So I'm going to go for the outsides. Starting that. Oh, that's so small. What a shame. H. I want to try and keep it nice and neat and even if you can. HA. It's very time consuming. I mean, I did think about doing one with clay, but I just couldn't seem to fathom how I was going to do it. And I just thought there was something different about doing it. Something I'd not tried before. Well, not that I hadn't tried it, nothing that I'd succeeded in before, not like this. And obviously this is quite important. Just like I'm doing a diamond art, like I say at the moment, that's of my Harley. Harre. The trouble is, all the E's are used up on everything because my daughter's name's Evie. So. What I might do is put Harley Bear one side and then put her name the other. Okay, so then we've got Harley. I don't know if that's overly straight, if I'm honest. I don't think there's anything I can do about it now. Let's try. Oh yeah, look, that's coming up. Just move it over slightly. That's better. It's not, sometimes it's not about being precise and completely straight or anything like that. It's about the doing. Right, I'm going to put Bear this side, and then I can put Evie's name along the top here, and then we can decorate it with something. I don't know what. I'll have a look in a minute and see what I can find. It's not like I haven't got anything. Right, now I want to try and keep, so what we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 4, so if we come one letter down, so it keeps it in the middle. That's not completely straight, but that is kind of where I want it, really. There we go. Goodness, I had to check then to make sure it's about Bear right. That'd have been embarrassing, wouldn't it? And just finish that with an R. Yep, happy with that. Harley Bear. Like I say, it's not ever so straight, but can't have it all. I'm going to move that one down, because if I want to stick something on that corner, I'm going to stick it on there, look. I think I've tucked that corner up there, look. And then I'm going to just move this one in. Otherwise it just limits us as to what we can put and where. There, that's better. Right, now do I put Evie's name? Yeah, I'm going to, along the top. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, so I want it really, because she's got a very small short name, so might do Evie Marie. Wet, horrible day. My husband just took our dog out, and then I had to come home sharpish because they got rained off. Now normally I would say to you, always use capital for your names and all that sort of thing. With the homeschooling, I'm sure everyone that's having to do that homeschooling at the moment, is everybody's learning stuff. I certainly am. Stuff that wasn't so important years ago when I was at school. So yeah, it's just kind of been a bit of an eye-opener. Certainly some of the spellings that she's having to do for primary school, that's quite a lot. I think that's quite heavy spellings. There we go, there's one. I just want to make sure I've got it in the right place. Let's see if I can find some bigger hearts in a minute and see what we've got. But I want to try and go a little bit tasteful. Oh my life. Oh, that's raining quite heavy, isn't it? Ugh. Well, all I can say is I've had my first COVID vaccination and I feel okay. I'm feeling pretty good. I've certainly had no side effects from it. I've been very lucky. But I haven't been out. That's the first time I've been out in, my goodness, it's been a while. I don't like to go out very far. Certainly don't like to go out where there's people. So I'm one of those that can look you in the eye and say, no, I haven't been out. Not until I've had to go out to the doctors or something like that. Goodness me, the eye is a pain in the backside. There we go. Yeah, no, I haven't been out at all. It's been lovely, actually. I don't like going out very much, normally. Just kind of give me an excuse to stay home and not go out at all. Okay. So there we got, right now, I'm going to put a heart on the end of there. Just a wee one. I don't think they are in white. I think they're the ones I took off in the past. Okay, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Dafty old me. I'm just going to stick that on the end there. Right. So that's what we've got so far. So what are we looking for now? I think we are going to need something, I don't know what. Got my tin of embellishments here. Don't think I've got. I'm going to look to see if that's all of my embellishments, which I think it probably is. And then words, letters. Yes, I think this is it. So now the question begs as to whether we use an embellishment like gem or, and don't forget I have my Swarovski crystals, ones like this. Now these are beautiful. I do like these, but it's fitting it. I don't think we have enough room to fit one of these on there. And they're words, we don't need those, or letters. So I'll put these back in the box for now, until we decide what else we want to use. Okay. So I've got same things, just in purple. So they're not going to work either. These are beautiful. I really like these. They're really sparkly. These are from Hobbycraft. They're adhesive ones. Well, we're not going to want baby ones because we haven't had a baby. Not yet. Okay, and they are Christmas. Like I say, all of these are self-adhesive. But I don't know whether they're what we're looking for. I'm going to put the Christmas ones away. I'm expecting baby ones. And the ones that I'm just not so keen on. And I'm going to put the wording away because I don't want to get that damaged. And now we're going to have a little look and see what I can find. So things like this. Hold on with it, I've buried it. There it is. It's not really what we're looking for. I do have a little heart bracelet, which I was quite happy to cut up, which I am quite happy to cut up. But they're not flat on the back, so that's also not going to work. So when we put stuff on here, they really need to be flat on the back, otherwise it won't sit flat and it won't look right. So I think personally there's not really much in there that we can look at. So I think we're going to be more along the lines of the stickers, really. I found these, but I think these are going to be too big. And plus they just don't look right. They're a bit not really what we're looking for. So I'll put those to one side. Got these little ballerina shoes. And number 2 stuck in there, look. Again, it's not really what we're looking for. Here's a boy dog. Got my little ballerina shoes and that on him. Right, now these are adhesive, just adhesive beads, gems, anything like that. But to be honest, if I was going to use gems, I'd probably use my Swarovski crystals because I know that they keep their shine and they don't, nothing happens to them. Although I do like these. I really do like these. They're lovely. So I don't know, I might use those, I don't know. So sticker wise, we've got fairies. He's not really a fairy kind of guy, the dog. And my daughter is more of a Star Wars kind of gal. Now we've got some little flat ones, they're quite sweet. Not really, I don't know whether that's what we're going for. They're no good. We've got these ones. No, I don't think so. Bugs. Bugs are not really what we want. Butterflies. What about a butterfly? The trouble is I kind of wanted something that was a bit 3D, so it kind of popped off the page a little bit. I've got these ones there, which are, again, very nice. I don't know if that's really what we're after. I did make some bumblebees a while ago. I wonder whether they look alright, actually. Got large ones and small ones. Bit of a variety of them. I've been wondering what to do with these. They've just been kind of sat up on my top of my desk, collecting dust. As you can see, they're all completely ready to use. And I wonder whether they look quite nice. And the little one there. Maybe a couple of little ones. I quite like that. A big space there. And it covers up her name, so that's no good. Unless we turn it round and it could be coming off the top. I think they're just a bit big, those ones. But these ones fit nicely. 3 of them. What do you think? I think that that works very nice. And the gold works with the black. I like these where these two are. I'm just not sure on this one at the moment. Yeah, I think that'll be alright. Kind of want them all to face in different directions. It's not going to happen though, is it? Yep, we can have that one going upwards. Yeah, I'm liking that. That is definitely, I think, what we're going to do then. Might bring that one in a bit, so he's not so much on the outsides, but kind of over the edge. I can be quite indecisive. I can't help it. It's just how I am. They're the only small ones. What's that one? Seems a bit. I think that was all I got up there. Apart from big ones. Yeah, okay. So the only reason I didn't like that one too much is because I don't think he's been painted yet. Hasn't been top coated. So we'll leave him to one side. Okay. I think we should go with those like that. They don't have to be covering corners, they don't have to be, they're just kind of popped on there. Trouble is the big ones are too big, I think. Or is it? I don't know. I'm so undecided, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to ask a second opinion, bear with me. Or it's that one I'm...
That's better.
It is, isn't it? Wow, blow me down. Right, what about a flower there? No? Is that just going to overcomplicate things? I think it might. Okay, I'm going to glue these on before I change my mind. She says, and she looks over and finds other things. Right, bear with me. Just wonder if I've got something that looks remotely flower-like. Just a small... No. Where's my embellishments? Right, it's my embellishments box. These are bits that I've made in the past. I know in here somewhere, amongst the wings and whatnot, we have got some flowers. Nope, don't know that one. A different piece that would probably look great. On this one, I'm afraid it doesn't. Nope. There's one. I don't know. I'll have to ask my husband again in a moment, and he will have to just come over. Big red pink flower, didn't I? Big rose. I don't know what on earth I did with it. Oh, what's that? If I put them to one side, then he can tell me yes, no, not to use them. Don't tell me not to use anything. I don't know. just feel like it needs something else. Sorry, I'm just sort of rummaging in my big box full of, these are different bits that I've done. I'm just trying to pull out all the flowers that I've got. Got little mushrooms. Don't know why you'd have a bumblebee with a mushroom. You wouldn't. So please do accept my apologies at the moment. I'm just trying to dig out some smallish flowers that haven't been coloured in yet. Or painted. These have all been made out of polymer clay. Different colours and different bits, and just lots and lots of different items really. Anything that I like, I just tend to keep it all, and then if I don't use it, it's not hurting nothing. But sometimes, like now, it doesn't hurt to have it. Some of them from doing an experiment, some from just sitting here not really knowing what to do with myself in an afternoon and playing about. That's how I like to do it. At some point I would like to have a go at making a green man. That's sticky. Ugh. So it's not dried properly. Yeah, I'd like to have a go at making a green man, which I will record doing. That will be with air dry scholar clay, which is lovely and soft, but I don't really have much experience with it. But we'll certainly have a go. How it will turn out, I have no idea. Right, so let's go back then to what we've got. Got some bits and bobs in here that are just very odd bits and bobs. They're kind of my odd bits and bobs. Right, I think we'll just go with those ones, otherwise we're going to be going round in circles and for ages, and it's easy just to keep going through them and finding new bits. And one of those boxes you just could look and just keep looking for hours and find new bits each time. It's like a Harry Potter box. Keep digging and you don't know what you're going to find. Okay, right. Let's put this back in there. Right, husband. Tell me what you think. Now I can change the colours of any of these flowers. That would be easy to do. That's just too big.
Yeah.
Just wondering about the colour. Or I've got some that are completely uncoloured yet. No? No, I know what you mean. I think that one's the best one out of them all, isn't it? It's hard, isn't it? I think that's now out of the running. It's not big enough.
Too coloured.
Yeah, I know, I thought that as well.
At the top though.
Hey?
Put it at the top.
What, that?
Yeah.
I don't know, it doesn't look right. I think it needs a flower. That would go along with the bees, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Less is more.
Like that or not?
Yeah.
Or should I drop a bee?
No.
I think it needs 3, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Should I change colour with that?
I drop the bee down in between the two.
What do you mean?
This one. Bring them down. That's that.
Take that one out? No.
No, leave that in the corner.
Facing down and out?
No, I think it needs to be
Facing up?
That's right.
Okay, I'm going to go with that, ladies and gentlemen. Being so indecisive all the time, it doesn't do you any good. Those flowers are a no-go. Nor are those, and nor is that. Okay. So, I think my husband's right. I think less is more. I do need to do something with the centre of that, because I'm not happy with that. So, I'm just going to get one of my metallic pens. These are from Arteza. Keep them in there. I'm going to use this one, I think, and really make it sort of stand out. It's one of them stinky pens. Oh, I just squashed my finger. Okay, now you're supposed to get it, keep pushing it down, and then it eventually comes down. So all I want to do is just do the middle. Holding my breath again. One day I am definitely going to suffocate through my own doing of arts and crafts. What a wally. So I don't really want to try and get any more on the petals. Just want to get it on the centre. Like so. If you can see that. I think that looks lovely. Just a little bit of gold on the tips, here and there. It'll just sort of tie in then with the other. Oh, I dropped it. I think that is good enough for me. I think I'm happy with that. So now all I've got to do is stick it on. Now this part of it I am going to Gorilla Glue on. So you only want a small amount, otherwise it takes forever to dry. So give it a little shake. Do be careful with this and follow all manufacturer's instructions. Do be careful because it is an extremely strong glue. Not that I've got much left of it. Oh, she says don't use much. Okay, so I'm just going to pass it over a little bit to everybody. Push down. Push down. And push down. And then I've got this one here, which we're gonna, there. Right, now this flower's not sticking properly. That's because it's probably not dry yet. How much glue is underneath it? Not very much. Okay, I'm going to put another blob underneath the flower because I want it to trouble is, when you get arthritis on my fingers, I can't sort of squeeze things. Right, okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Wait for those to dry, and we are now finished. So I'm sure you can appreciate, I think that looks really nice. And I think my daughter would be very pleased with it. It's beautiful. And most importantly, it's got the old man, my bear, in it. There you go. So all I can say is thanks for watching. Do have a go. I mean, there's no hard and fast rules. Take your time. Try and plan out what you want to do, unlike myself. And go from there. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye.